Hello students, myself Professor Ankur. I welcome everyone for the gate sum session of Analog Circuits. Today we are going to go for sums from gate category for BJT topic. So let's start with BJT sum session 1. So we're going for the first sum. So we have a question here. The question says, the transistor used in the circuitry shown below has beta 30 and ICBO is negligible. If the forward voltage drop of the diode is 0.7 volt, then the current through collector will be dash milliampere. So let's have a look at the circuitry first. The circuitry is having a device by the name BJT, collector base emitter. Arrow outwards implies it's an NPN transistor. The VB value is 0.7 volts and the VC SAT value is 0.2 volts. The collector is having a resistance of value 2.2 kilo ohm and then connected to ground. At the input section, we are having 15 kilo ohm resistance and a Zener diode VZ, which will have anode connected to a negative potential of minus 12. Even the emitter of the device is connected to minus 12. Implies the Zener is conducted for reverse bias mode. Automatically, the voltage of the Zener VZ, which is going to be 5 volt, will be fixed for the entire operation. On the base path, we are having two elements, 1 kilo ohm resistor followed by a diode. So now the question is, how do we solve? So if you observe the circuitry carefully, at the node of the base, we are having a Zener diode which will retain the node voltage of VZ as 5. Now, when I go for KVL to the input loop, which is basically my lower loop, I'm having an impact of minus 12 volts. So when I go for the loop impact, the minus 12 will not be considered because it will get cancelled out during the loop equation. So we are going for KVL to the lower loop equation. So we have the drop of Zener, then the base current and 1 kilo ohm followed by drop of diode and followed by VBE. These all things will be a part of the KVL equation. So once I apply the KVL, I will get the value of IB as VZ minus VF minus VBE by 1000 because the resistance for base current is 1 kilo ohm, that is 1000 ohm. So on solving, I'll get the value of IB as 3.6 milliampere. Once you get IB as 3.6 milliampere, you can calculate the value of IC, which is beta times IB. So once I go for IC as beta times IB, you get the value of IC as 108 milliampere. So once you land up at 108 milliampere, the next step is to calculate the value of VCE. So as for our data, if you see the question carefully, the question is asking the value of the collector current in dash milliampere. So we got the value actually as 108 milliampere. So many of the students will put the value as straight away 108 without verifying the situation. So let's see where is the problem. If I go one step ahead, I will get the value of VCQ as 12 minus IC into RC, where IC is the collector current that I have calculated and the value of RC is 2.2 kilo ohm. If I put that value, you'll get the value of VCQ. So the VCQ value comes as minus 255.6 volt, which is practically impossible. Implies whatever calculation has happened, they have actually gone on the wrong direction. So what we need to interpret from the situation here is, if I see the IC value as beta times IB and the value is coming around 108 milliampere, and if I just try to calculate the saturation collector current, it will be straight away 12 volt divided by 2.2K. So automatically you will get a value of collector current that is going to be IC SAT, and whatever value of IC you have got here, it is actually bigger than the IC SAT. Implies the device is in the saturation region, and that's the reason for useful calculation the value of VC SAT of 0.2 volt was given. So now let's check how this value will be utilized. So I am going for straight away KVL to the output loop. I will go for minus ICRC minus VCEQ plus VEE is equal to 0. So on substituting, I'll get the value of IC as 12 minus 0.2 divided by 2.2K. Very simple to understand from the output loop. Two potentials, 12 volt and the value of VC sat, and then a resistance which is 2.2K. Difference divided by 2.2K is going to give me 5.36 milliampere. So this is the actual answer because we are actually going for calculation in the saturation region, and automatically the current that we get, it will be corresponding to the value of saturation value of VCQ. Let's go for next question. So we have a question here. The question says, find the Q point for the PNP transistor in the two resistor bias circuit shown below. Beta is 50, VCC is 9 volt, forward active region operated with VEB equal to 0.7. So if you observe carefully, it's a PNP transistor with emitter terminal directly connected to 9 volt. Collector is having an impact with respect to an element of 18 kilo ohm between the base and the collector, and a 1 kilo ohm resistance from collector to ground. So what we need to do is going to go for a simple KVL equation for the input path, which will consider the impact of 9 volt, the potential VEB, the drop across 18 kilo ohm resistance, and the drop across 1 kilo ohm resistance. If the collector current is IC and the base current is IB, the addition effect of IC and IB will be flowing through 1 kilo ohm resistance. So once I apply KVL here, I will get 9 equal to VEB plus 18,000 into IB plus 1,000 into IC plus IB. You just replace IC as beta IB, where beta will be taken as 50. You will get the unknown impact of IB. So we get the value of IB as 9 minus 0.7 divided by 69,000, which gives you 120 microampere. Once you get IB, you can take IC as beta times IB. So you multiply the value of IB by 50, you'll get 6.01 milliampere. And then you go for KVL to output loop. So if I want the value of VEC, I need to just subtract the potential 9 volt minus IC plus IB into 1 kilo ohm. So automatically you will get the value of VEC as 2.87 volt. So this is your corresponding Q point for the PNP transistor with a current of 6.01 milliampere and a voltage of 2.87 volts. Next question. The question says, determine the voltage gain of the circuitry. So if you observe, here we are given a transistor defined as emitter base collector. So it's a common base configuration with PNP type category transistor. The input current is IE, the output current is IC. The input resistance is given as 20 ohm, the output resistance is given as 100 kilo ohm. The input voltage applied is 500 millivolt and the output voltage is across RC resistor. So first of all, we need to get the value of voltage gain. To get the value of voltage gain, the voltage gain is going to be a ratio of VO by VI or VIN. So the value of your output voltage is going to be IC into RC. That is the collector current into the collector resistance. And the value of your input is 500 millivolt. So if you observe, I know the value of RC, I know the value of input, but I don't know the value of IC. So the first step is I need to get the value of IC. To get the value of IC, I actually need the value of IE because I can estimate IE approximately equal to IC and I can get easily the value of IC. So now the first target is to get the value of IE. So for getting the value of IE, IE is basically the input terminal current. So I know the input resistance, which is actually around 20 ohm. So using this data, I can get the value of IE as VIN by RE. Because the supplied voltage is 500 millivolt, the internal resistance is 20 ohm. So I can just take a ratio of voltage by resistance. You get the current as 25 milliampere. That's the value of IE. So I can take that value of IE and use it as form of IC. So I can get the value of AB as VO by VI, which will be ICRC by VIN. So I can put the value of IC as 25 milliampere. RC is basically 1 kilo ohm. VIN is 500 millivolt. You take a ratio, you get your value of AB as 50. So the answer for this question The voltage gain of the circuit is 50. Next question. The question says, the transistor has the following rating. The maximum power dissipation is 800 milliwatt. VC max is 15 volt. IC max is equal to 100 milliampere. Determine the maximum value to which VCC can be adjusted without exceeding any ratings. So the circuitry is given to us. Here we are having a common emitter configuration with base resistance RB of 22 kilo ohm, input voltage VBB of 5 volt, collector resistance RC of 1 kilo ohm, and an output side battery VCC. So that VCC is going to be adjustable. So we are supposed to find the adjustable value or the maximum value at which you can keep your VCC so that the ratings are not exceeded. So for that, we need to go for small calculations. So first thing is you find the value of IB by applying KVL to the input loop. So the value of IB will be VBB minus VBE by RB. So the value of VBB is 5 volt, VBE is 0.7, the value of RB is 22 kilo ohm. Substitute the value, you will get 195 microampere. IC is beta times IB, so you will get the value as 19.5 milliampere. If you observe, 19.5 milliampere is within the rating of your collector current 100 milliampere. Next, what we need to do is we are going to go for KVL to the output loop. So the KVL to the output loop will give you VCC minus ICRC minus VCE is equal to 0. So you can get the definition of VCC is equal to VCE plus ICRC. So you know the value of IC, you know the value of RC. So if I assume that the VCE can maximum reach till 15 volt, I will get the value of VCC max as 15 volt plus the value of current into the resistance. So the value comes as 34.5 volt. So it is as good as I can keep on rising the value of VCC till the value goes and reaches till 34.5. But under that situation, when the VCC went to 34.5, the VCE has reached the max value of 15 volt. So under this situation, I will have to check whether the power dissipation is in the control or not. So when the VCC went to 34.5, the VCE went to its max value of 15. So we go for the power dissipation PD for the transistor as voltage into current. Current of the transistor is IC. Voltage of the transistor is VC max. Substituting the VC max as 15 and IC as 19.5 milliampere. What do you get? The value of PD. The value of PD is now as good as 293 milliwatt. So when you see the impact of 293 milliwatt, this 293 milliwatt is less than 800 milliwatt, implies it is within the range. So if you observe carefully, the maximum possible dissipation for the transistor supported was actually 800 milliwatt. That is the rating given as per the data. And for the VCC going to 34.5, the dissipation went to a value of 293 milliwatt, which is much less compared to the max limit permitted. So if you observe, I can make the VCC go till 34.5. So the value of the VCC is 34.5. One more question. A question says, an NPN transistor at room temperature is emitter disconnected. A voltage of 5 volt is applied between collector and base with collector positive. A current of 0.2 microampere flows. When the base is disconnected and the same voltage is applied between the collector and the emitter, the current was found to be 20 microampere. You are supposed to find alpha, IE, IB when the collector current is 1 milliampere. So if you observe, let's take a situation. So here we are having a transistor, emitter base collector. Situation number 1 says that we are going to connect a battery of 5 volt between the collector and the base with the plus plate at the collector end, and the emitter end will be open. That time the current flowing is 0.2 microampere. It is as good as the ICBO current. The second situation says that the base will be disconnected and the same battery will be existing between the collector and the emitter. The current was found to be 20 microampere. So that will be ICEO. So overall, if you see, the data is indirectly trying to give you the value of leakage currents. So if you get the value of leakage currents, we can go for further calculation because we are having a relation between ICEO and ICBO. So let's go for the logic. ICBO is 0.2 microampere, ICEO is 20 microampere. So I can take ICEO as ICBO by 1 minus alpha. It's a standard current relation. So from this, I'll get the value of alpha as 0.99. Then I will take IC as alpha times IE plus ICBO. So I'm putting the value of IC as 1 milliampere, alpha value as 0.99, ICBO value as 0.2 microampere. We get the value of IE. So once you get the value of IE, you take the difference of IE and IC, we get IB as 10 microampere. So this is how you find alpha, IE and IB.